Asha Srivastava from Gizbot, and today we have for you a very exclusive interview lined up. Yes, recently Ken and Troy from Evernote, the super high executives, visited India and Gizbot got a chance to meet them. And in the interview, you'll find them discussing about the latest updated features, the India mobile base, and how important India is as a market for the Evernote as far as the application is concerned. So let's go ahead.
Well, there's a lot of things going on in the India marketplace right now that are beneficial to us as a company and as a platform. The quality of devices over the past year has significantly improved. The quality of the network and the speed of data, the cost of data has gone down. So there's a number of things that are happening in the India marketplace that I think are really helping Evernote be introduced to more users and having those users really recognize the value of Evernote off the bat. So we're very pleased with the uptake of Evernote right now in India. We have a myriad of different types of users in India. It really ranges the gamut from people that are doing, architects to financial investor types that are using it. It's used in manufacturing. It's used in many different ways. We have a lot of features that people take advantage of. One of the features that is really interesting lately in India is the ability to, on iOS, which is becoming more popular in India now with the entrance of the iPhone, is the ability to capture a name card, someone's name card, and it will automatically extract that information for you and get it into your contacts, and that's been a very popular feature.
We also have unique things on Android, so we can't leave our Android users
That's
out
right.
of this. And so on the Android app, you can actually use your finger or use a stylus to do handwriting directly into Evernote. So that's been really, really popular with our Android user base here. Yeah, so the desktop platform, of course, we've supported Windows, a native Windows desktop application for many, many years. So that's always been an important part of the Evernote user base, is people using it on their desktop. In fact, it's only a small percentage of our users who use the browser-based application of Evernote. Most of them use native clients. So on the desktops, they use the native Mac or the native Windows client. So we have quite a bit of experience there. Windows Phone, I think, has been coming up. It's been steadily gaining share. It's still a ways behind in terms of penetration compared to iOS and Android around the world, but it's definitely coming up, and we've supported it since the beginning. And I guess it's a good example of where we do things to take advantage of native platform features. They have the tile-based interface, which is a very nice interface, and we do some nice unique things with that you can only do on the Windows platform. And it's a good example of each of those three teams that work on those three is independent from each other, and their job is to build the best version of Evernote for Windows, the best version of Evernote for Android, the best version of Evernote for iOS, and they don't necessarily need to look like the other platforms, because an individual user doesn't need. So it's about 25 lakh in India, growing at about 2 lakh per month. So we're very, very pleased with that growth. That's come up quite rapidly in the last couple of years. A couple of years ago it was quite low. Globally, there's over 100 million, about 25% US and 75% outside. And if you look at it regionally, it's roughly a third Asia Pacific region, a third Americas, and a third EMEA. Yeah, I would say from the mobile side, most Evernote users first experience Evernote on a mobile platform. And that's true all over the world, including here in India. And in India, it's definitely a much higher share of Android than the other mobile platforms. Globally, iOS is a little bit much closer to the Android numbers, but in India, it's more heavily dominated towards Android. But what happens is once people become Evernote users and they really stick and it starts to take over their day-to-day life, they use Evernote for many, many different things, they'll put it on all of the platforms they own. So if they have a Windows machine or a Mac, they'll put it there. They'll also very often put our web clipper into the Chrome browser or Safari or other Firefox or other browsers that they may use. If you have really, really early adopters, we even have versions for Pebble watches and Google Glass and Android Wear devices as well. So more experienced users will tend to put it on just about everything that they own.
User here in India, and this is the fun part about India.
You know a user in India?
Well,
out of the 25 lakh.
A specific one, out of the 25 lakh.
Okay.
And the amazing thing about this guy is he's got 3 phones. He's got an iOS device, he's got an Android device, as well as a BlackBerry device. And it's really neat to see him using Evernote on all 3 of those devices. And not in every country do you find people that have multiple handsets, but here in India that is common, so it's kind of fun to see people have not just PC and mobile, but multiple mobiles, and having Evernote on each one of those is kind of
So we have a very unique thing with LinkedIn where they used to have a product called Card Munch, and we also had our own business card scanning. And what we worked on together is we said this would be much better if we actually integrated LinkedIn features directly into Evernote. And we did that, and now LinkedIn directs its users who want business card features directly to Evernote instead. And when I take a picture of the business card, it will actually OCR the card and pull off all the key fields, and then it will compare that to the LinkedIn data, and if it finds a match, it will pull in the LinkedIn profile information and even the photo from LinkedIn and make that part of the record, the note inside of Evernote. And then if you want to, some users do and some users don't, you can connect it directly into your contacts. So it automatically exports. So LinkedIn really likes that because when you meet people, not only do you get all that information and you get their LinkedIn profile, but it also allows you to then immediately connect with somebody on LinkedIn. So it's very beneficial for them, and it's also very beneficial for us. Well, we actually don't plan. It's the users who determine that themselves. So right now we fully support across all of our platforms and website 22 languages whenever we come out with a new product. And there's about 50 in total, so another 28 languages. Indian languages, so far there's none among those 50. But what happens is when we get a large enough user base in a given language and they're really passionate about it, they actually start to do the translation themselves. So our translation process is community driven. And when we develop a passionate community of users in a given language, that's when the translation starts to happen. So far that's 50 around the world where that's happening, and we're hoping that we see some of that in India as well. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty early on most platforms. So as I said, it's in the mobile world, globally, as you say, most users are iOS and Android, but we support unique forks of Android, like the Kindle Fire is a little bit tuned for that platform. But we also support BlackBerry, we support Windows Phone. Back in the day, we even supported Palm Pre. And as I mentioned earlier, as these devices are coming up, the Pebble smartwatches and Android Wear and Google Glass, we support all of those. So we keep an eye on all the new platforms coming up, and we try to support as many of them as we can, as quickly as we can. For us, that's a big task because every single platform we put a dedicated team of experts on it and develop a customized version of Evernote for it.
So here am I again. I hope you liked the exclusive interview of Ken and Troy. They were pretty insightful about their plans for the Indian market. So if you really like the video, hit the like button below, and also you should subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's growing big time, and I hope you're following Gizbot on Facebook, Twitter and G+. Stay tuned to Gizbot and stay cool. Take care.